I fully agree that there are these problems, that there are these dangers, that a citizenry that doesn't understand its security services, that doesn't understand its armed forces and their role, can misrepresent, misunderstand what it is there for, and perhaps make the wrong policy decisions, give the wrong policy advice, and indeed it's possible that there may have been errors made. But I think that we need to look at this problem holistically. You, in introducing me, very generically described my background. But for 12 years, I worked in the South African Intelligence Services. And what we had were these similar debates. But it isn't for nothing that the Constitution actually was formulated in the same way. And I say that because today, what we have is a situation where the very problems that the General alludes to as nuisances actually have literally blown up in our faces. So there is, in fact, a problem that if you do not have the controls as stipulated in the Constitution rigorously applied, then you have disaster. You have an undermining of these by the very services that are supposed to protect the people. I think that everyone, I don't have to say more, I think that people understand where I'm going to with that. So indeed, there is a bridge to be crossed, or to be built, but it does, in the first place, start with education. Civil education, an understanding, which I'm not sure we are promoting in our schools, in our institutions. We were just talking about the very small capacities we have in our universities of security studies and military studies, strategic studies, just a handful at the tertiary level, practically nothing at the basic education level. I think how we do it is really starting where people are. Quite frankly, I don't know that our problems are as serious in the military as they are in other sectors of the security services. But it's very important that people see the military. So I'm very happy that the General says that they are there, operating within the confines of the Constitution and being very visible. I once went to a peace academy in Rwanda, and it was situated up in Musanza, very close to the border of the DRC, very strategically located, because that's where, I suppose, some kind of protection is needed, or whatever the Rwandans felt they needed to do there. But what was interesting was that they were there among the people, so the people saw them in the furthest reaches of the country. I am sure that it is something that strategic defense planners are thinking about all the time. So to be visible, to be seen, to be actively recruiting in a way that replenishes as the generals and others become older. You're getting a crop of people who understand the military. And indeed, in our schools, I'm not saying militarize our education, but certainly give our people and our young people a sense of what all these bodies, Parliament, the executive, the municipalities, the military, the police, etc. are about. I do not think that we have the resources right now to have a reintroduction of military conscription. I think there's been an ongoing debate about a national service of some sort. Other countries do this to good effect. Whether we can, I think it's probably going to be a stretching of the fiscus. I know that people in the military very often raise this. But we'll have to do within our resource means what we can to ensure that there's a healthy understanding of the role of these institutions.